I just want to continue the theme that I started earlier, talking about, asking a question whether or not you need money to start a business. So there's some points that I really think it's important to clarify, and that's just to say that what I mean about you don't need money to start a business is that there's so much more that needs to be done before you get to the point that you need money. Money doesn't come first. Most of the time, when we think about starting a business, we're thinking money first. Money doesn't come first. Now, the other thing is that somebody wrote on a Facebook comment that they have a business plan and they've been trying to sell the business plan because the business plan is very detailed. It's mapped out exactly all of the things that we've talked about in terms of getting clarity about what the service is, who the service is for, and how the service is delivered. And they still can't raise money. And now, look, there are plenty of ideas floating around in business plans, but that's the exact problem. Business plans. In my little experience, investors invest in people. Because no matter how beautiful this idea looks on paper, it is the commitment, the drive, the focus, the shared determination expressed in the presentation of the idea that investors finance. Now, who are the other potential financiers of a business? Suppliers are potential financiers of business because it is in their primary interest to have additional clients, especially one that's very clear about target, that's very clear about the target customer, that's very clear about the sort of product, that's very clear about how these supplier will engage continuously going forward. It is possible to get finance from customers, and when I say finance from customers, it means that they're paying money in advance of the product or the service. And the only way that can happen, it's not by you creating anything at all, it's just by you talking to people and being clear about what exactly the business is and how that business solves a particular problem for your potential customer. Now, when you say that, when you clear that up, you can get finance from suppliers, you can get finance from customers. It's cheap finance. It doesn't require equity. It doesn't require interest. So that's what I mean by you don't need money to start business, to start a business. It's important that we are very clear about the sequencing of things. It is important that we're clear about even the money that you need. Some of the problems that I've come across in talking to businesses, in talking to people in the time I've been here, in the responses that I'm getting on Facebook, on YouTube, and all those places, it's always that they talk about money first. So when you then talk to me about your idea, and I then begin to ask very simple questions that you ought to have answers to. You don't have to refer to your business plan to get these answers. When you can do that, it means you leave the business, you leave the idea, you are passionate about the idea, and you can make this happen. So that's why I keep saying you don't need money. Money is like water. It will find its level. Money will find you. Get your idea absolutely right. Now, there's a disclaimer here. That's not to suggest that everybody that has a business plan, everybody that goes out there and talk about ideas and so on, will get financed by a supplier, by customer, by investors. But I strongly believe that if you really are focused on getting clarity, convincing yourself and your potential supplier, customer, and investor that you have a very clear idea of the systems that's required to achieve or to bring this clarity to life, and you're very clear about how to leverage the systems that's been built. Money is almost a consequence of all of this. So the investment will come, the customers will come, suppliers will come. Clarity is the number one necessity. Clarity, if I was to say, clarity is what you need, not money. I hope that makes it a bit more clearer. But please leave comments below. Please go on Facebook, Ideas to Riches, and let's have a conversation about this. Let's talk about this, and we'll learn from each other, and hopefully we'll start businesses that will enhance our lives.